Welcome, everybody. It's a pleasure to be back with you again tonight. My name is John Kranz with Compass Games, and today is Thursday, October 15th, 2020, and this is our episode 10. We've hit double digits on our Compass Games Town Hall session, so really excited about that. Really happy to have so many people joining us already from all over. I see a big contingency from Canada as well, from everybody that's saying hello and letting us know where they're joining us from. So really excited to have you all here to give you updates from Compass Games with none other than Bill Thomas, president owner of Compass Games. And as always, let's go ahead and get started covering the latest information. So looking at our website here, quick update from the release schedule. So there is a slight change I'm going to be making here as soon as the broadcast is over. And that is an Attrition of Souls. If you've seen the announcements, is shipping as of today. So we're really excited. It's a World War I strategic game. Bill Thomas loves World War I. We've done a lot of World War I games, so we can do plenty of Q&A about World War I for sure tonight. But we're excited that the game is actually released. It was on Kickstarter for a time as well. So again, very happy to see the game shipping. As always, in the left-hand column, we have our newsletter where you can sign up. Just give us your email and confirm you're a real person. And if you hit the subscribe button, you'll get an email once a week from us. And then if you want to contact us, it's great when you contact us because it not only tells us, where you might need some assistance or some feedback you have for us, but it's also a way for us to come up with some additional questions for tonight's town hall. For every town hall meeting we do, we look at the questions you ask us. So just look for that Talk to Us option, bottom right, that I'm pointing to with my mouse cursor, and we'll be sure to respond back to you as soon as we can. Also, the banner does mention our holiday catalog, so just a moment on that. The holiday catalog, again, if you click on the banner, it gives you a PDF that you can go ahead and download or view, whatever your preference is, if you haven't got the hard copy. And again, we provide information about the discounts and the holiday catalogs extended through January 31st of 2021. So plenty of time to do that. And as I always like to mention, we've heard some great things that people do. If they have the hard copy, they put it on the refrigerator, they tack it on the fridge, circle the games they're most interested in so their family knows, and it works out very nice for the winter holidays, besides gifting the friends as well. I want to mention the newsletter subscription that we just talked about briefly. This is the newsletter that we sent out this morning. So if you're a subscriber, you should have received this for October 15th. So again, it was the big announcement about an Attrition of Souls is now shipping. And we'd still offer it at the pre-order price. We do that for new items for a short period of time once the game is shipping. So you can still save on that game. Also, we have, again, as mentioned, the holiday catalog, which will take you to the page I just showed you. But we did add more details to this section for the newsletter. And that is we have a link for all 20 pre-order titles that are available. So if you want to find out more about the pre-order titles, or if you want to ask us tonight about the 20 new pre-order titles that we added to the catalog that are now available online for pre-order, please let us know. Also, a reminder, I'll talk about this in a moment, Conquistadors, which we did a great designer interview just recently as well with John Southard. That is currently on Kickstarter if you want to check it out there. And as always, we always talk about when we'll be back on video to talk to our audience and to you. So this is obviously what's happening right now. It's Town Hall number 10 with Bill Thomas. We'll be introducing Bill here in a moment. And also we talk about our most recent broadcast, which was our recorded session a week ago today, episode 42, where we introduced 2 new pre-order titles. We also conducted a designer interview for that session. So again, last thing I want to mention before we introduce Bill is, again, we do have the Conquistadors now available on Kickstarter. So thanks to all the pledgers out there that have also backed the game. Really appreciate it. We're almost up to 100 already. And what's nice about the Kickstarter page, as a reminder, as you scroll down through the page, you'll get some good information about it, about the big mounted maps, of course. But I want to draw your attention as I scroll down to the bottom here. You can check out the full rules here by clicking on it, so you can see the full produced rules for the game. We get a lot of questions about rules for games, etc. And again, this is a John Southard release, so we're really excited to have John back again. So a lot of great things happening. And as always, I would be remiss to thank everybody that's contacted us as well. So in the past 2 weeks, since our last town hall number 9, I want to thank everybody you see here. Maybe you'll recognize a few of these names, but everybody reached out to us using that Talk to Us button, which you can see here at the bottom right on our home page. And we got a lot of great feedback, a lot of great questions, and we do try to respond within 24 hours. And as always, I'll try to pick and choose some of the questions that may have been asked. And of course, this session is for you tonight to ask whatever questions you have as well. So without further ado, let's bring in Bill Thomas. How you doing, Bill? Great to have you here for episode number 10.
Well,
believe it or not.
Is it like 8:30 already?
Yeah, it was a very quick intro. It was only a half hour.
30 minutes, I think.
Yeah, maybe so. But I think, is that a shirt I've seen before? I think we were trying to have a new shirt.
Here's what Bill said. Bill goes, why don't you, he goes, he puts you on mute so you can't interrupt him. Is that correct?
Yes, you're on mute. You cannot interrupt. It's all a grand strategy we have here. And of course, it doesn't matter because people know things are just run rampant, and I don't know what's going to happen tonight. But I do notice you have some IV bags behind you in your closet. Looks like you've got 3 IV bags to keep your energy level up. I can see the little drip system there.
Yes, I got to do that. Well, hi, everybody. It's another week, and 2 weeks have gone by. And I got to admit, I want to say that I give the last 2 weeks a 10.
Oh, why is that? Well, I'm going to have to focus in on you since you made a big statement there. So let me go ahead and move you in the big box here. So tell us what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I've just been in a good mood, and things have been good.
That's because you haven't talked to me in 2 weeks.
Probably why.
That's probably why. Yeah, there you go.
But everything's going good. And what I got is, I got to figure out how to show this because, okay. Let me think.
Got a lot of comments already for you tonight, so get ready. What's that? Barbarians at the gates. All right.
And this is from the designer that did Europe in Turmoil, which is a good seller. People like that game. It's a World War I.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's good. That's a good thing you mentioned. Yeah, a lot of people really like that game. So I'm going to, if I may, let me show the website here just briefly as well. So here's the product page of what we're talking about. Actually, gosh, I should show the 3D box to you. It's always better to show a 3D box that looks more real. There you go. So there's the box while you're showing the stuff. But I just want to make sure everybody knows about the product page. So I'll go back to you here, Bill. So let me go ahead and do that. There you go.
Okay. See, there's a car.
So we got some landscape mode. What does that say? That looks like interception. So we got some player aid cards. Got battle. Okay, got a lot of information there. Charts and tables. We were able to read that. See, you're on 1080i now, so it's gotten a little better already.
I don't know.
Already an improvement.
I don't know what that means. See?
Let's see, got some red counters. Yep. Is that the front side?
Yes.
These are the rounded counters. These are the punch boards, right?
Yeah, these are the Romans. And then in the back, you have them when they, see, that's for Barbarians.
So this has a mounted map. I should probably mention that. Are you going to show it as well? You got the whole thing in there?
There's 4 counter sheets. I thought there were more. Well, whatever. Okay. And then here is what
Oh, there we go. That looks like a mounted map.
Oh, it's mounted map, yes. But.
Oh, yeah. That's nice. Looks nice.
Oh,
Shane Logan. Yes. Okay. So I'll give some credit to Shane Logan. Shane Logan's the artist, which we're using for several projects right now.
Okay.
Very nice. I like how you stood it up. There we go. Oh, you're improving, Bill. Look at that. You are now the Vanna White of showing games. That's awesome. We can get a good view of that right there. Have you been practicing?
Well, you can go.
Go this way.
Yeah. You should. Yeah.
That's a great looking map.
All the way. Yeah.
And Shin's asking, are the counters that Bill was showing a second ago? Yeah, they were red. Shin, absolutely. You answered that correctly. So You're not that colorblind, obviously, if you're able to pull the color. So Mo's joining us, Maurice Fitzgerald of Mo's Game Table, great channel. There's the red. Yep, there's some red right there at top section. Likes the counters. Jack's giving a thumbs up for Europe in Turmoil. So that gives us a great idea of the game system by Chris Van Beurden. So World War, yep. So that's great to see that.
Okay.
Comments on, oh, there's some more counters. Yeah, seeing those pretty good. And there's 4 sheets, right?
Yeah. And we've got a rule book.
Yep, looks good. Full color, of course. Yep, matches the box cover.
Because there's a lot of scenarios.
Oh, is that a separate booklet for scenarios there?
And there's, I think there's like 7.
I think there's at least 4. Well, there's 4.
I just told you. There's 7.
7. Okay, so I know on the webpage we talk about 4 different eras, so it sounds like there's additional scenarios as well.
Now.
So everybody says Europe in Turmoil. They're glad you mentioned Europe in Turmoil. Everybody's happy about that. So we got some game cards here. Nice artwork, very thematic. A nice little soldier. Reminds me of, what's that HBO special? I'm forgetting now that everybody watch. It'll come back to me in a second. Reminds me of that, though. Looks very good, the artwork.
John, is it Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, thank you. That looked very Games and Thrones to me.
No, but he'll think about
I really liked that series until the last, I don't know, the last year wasn't very good. The ending was a little crazy.
So there's
Release date. Oh, we got the big question here coming through already, Bill, for you from New York Raider fan in New York. New York's calling, not far from you. Connecticut to New York. He wants to know what's the projected release date of Barbarian at the Gates.
Well, this is a sample. So I've got to prove this, and then it's got to go into production. So we're talking, and it's got shit here. We're talking a good 6 months.
A good 6 months. Okay, so first half for sure of 2021 we'll make. Maybe even the end of Q1 if we're lucky. And we'll throw in a Game of Thrones variant. Mo agrees we should do that. It's Rome. Joining us from Rome. Wait, is George joining us from Rome, or is this a comment about the game? We've got some international folks who are definitely joining us tonight. I've seen 2 or 3 international cities, so I don't know if this is truly Rome or not. It'd be interesting to find out. Let us know, George, if that's your location or if that's something else. Oh, and then we're not going there tonight, Richard. No, we did that last episode. I'm not gonna. Yeah, 50 Shades. We're not gonna let Bill see that. You didn't see that, Bill. I just hit it. It's okay.
The rules. Somebody asked 44 pages of the rule book, but as you can see,
okay,
it's a lot of
illustrations already,
examples, and big, nice. So let's see that.
So, Richard, it's pretty spaced out at the beginning for sure in the intro area. So, yeah.
We're not even through.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that's very little text right there. That doesn't count as 2 rules pages, I don't think, right there.
Yeah. So wait.
No, that's good though. A lot of that's good. It's a lot of illustrations.
Examples, a lot of whatever. Oh yeah. See, here's one big page. Yay.
Oh wow! Look at these size of these images. Holy smoke!
Yeah,
oh, that's great.
It's not.
The complexity is not going to be too high. It says complexity medium here, but I'm thinking low to medium.
And then in the playbook, we actually have an extended example of play.
Oh, nice, good. So is the extended example of play just any type of situation, or does it have like a game setup type component? Is it like in the middle of a game, like an example, or is it like at the beginning?
Of one of the scenarios.
Oh, great. So it actually helps you set up. That's awesome. That's great when we help with the start of a scenario. Perfect. Yeah, Mo's caught it on. He says definitely lots of images and illustrated examples. So 44 pages won't be a heavy lift at all. Absolutely agree. So that's good. Somebody says, no, it's complicated with the illustrations. So I don't know. Hopefully not complicated. I think people like, I'm a visual person myself, Greenhorn anyway. So whenever I see illustrations, it helps me sort of understand what's going on with the game. So hopefully a lot less text of rules, that's for sure. So hopefully everybody's going to be happy about that. 2-player game or multiplayer. So I'm just going to
I think it's 2-player.
Yeah, it's a 2-player game, I believe. Yes, it's a 2-play. It's a straight up 2-player game. So solitaire is like a medium. I don't think there's anything hidden in the game. I don't think there's any hidden victory conditions, but it's a straight up 2-player game. Yep, absolutely. So that's great that you could show that to us. That's awesome.
That came in,
So do you want some questions yet, or is there anything you want to catch? How's the catalog sales been going? I think the catalogs have gone out, and we've got the PDF online. Any news or who's leading in the pre-order balloting of games? Which games seem to be doing well?
Yeah. Carrier is still winning.
Carrier Battle from John Southard still winning. Okay.
Yeah, and it's not even close.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But then you have other ones that you have a lot that have done very well that are grouped in together, 5 or 10 plus one or the other. But no, Carrier Wars just continues to fly off the pre-order list.
that's awesome. And by the way, we got somebody joining us from Portugal.
Wow.
Which is going to be middle of the morning, 2 a.m. maybe, or it's very early for Luis there. So thank you. And then Mike, thanks to Mike over at Armchair Dragoons. Great website. I believe they do a lot of podcasts, etc. Yeah. So here we go, right here. I'm reading his note. So they did a 2-hour podcast about our Compass catalog. It's going to be posted. It's going to be starting to air tomorrow. Wow.
I hope it was a good one.
We'll have to link. Yeah, we're going to have to link to Mike's podcast. 2 hours. That's great. So he's going through the full, probably the full 20 titles then. So that's a lot of content. Thanks, Mike, for doing that. That's
appreciate it.
We're definitely going to watch. Definitely appreciate it. We got somebody, Shin Godzilla. Love the avatar there, Shin. I'm a big Godzilla fan. Have my Godzilla shirt usually on. He kickstarted Conquistador, and he said reading the rules is what sold it for him for the game from John Southard. So that definitely helped having those rules posted on the Kickstarter. So thanks to Shin for doing that. Decision at Kasserine, asking about a vassal module. Don't have that ready yet. So that's something that we're going to have to work on to get done. That's probably going to be another 30 to 45 days out. Just to let you know. So I myself, I haven't had a lot of time to look at our vassal projects because it's been pretty busy with the 20 new pre-order items we have to prep. So Austin, I will double check on the vassal module for Decision at Kasserine. That's one of my favorite games. So I can definitely understand wanting a vassal module for that. I was asking about your flannel footy pajamas. So are those footy pajamas you're wearing tonight?
No, they are not.
All right. Just want to make sure. We're trying to keep you honest here. And let's see what other questions we have here. Oh, that's true, Jack. I haven't watched the HBO series of Rome. Spartacus as a series. If it's a series, I haven't seen that. I just like the movie. I like the old movie, I Am Spartacus movie. So not too familiar with those yet, but I'm glad it's nice to do some more Ancients games. So I have seen comments in the past. People have said, is Compass going to do more Ancient era games? So it's great to see that we're showing one off tonight. So that's good news. Any news on Devil Boats on our Devil Boats game? I believe that's going to be a Q1 release date, Bill. I recall we talked about Devil Boats.
Yes.
That's by Joe Carter, if I got the name right.
Yeah.
I believe that is. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be out first quarter.
And yep, perfect. And then there is going to be a tabletop simulator module. Not for actually, that's an 1866 question. I don't know about that actually, Mike, but I do know for Brotherhood and Unity, we're looking at tabletop simulator. So that should be in the next 30 to 45 days as well. I know a lot of people are remote and not getting together in groups, so we're definitely going to be taking a look at that. Here's an update question for you, Bill. I like this name, The Dice Must Flow, from Greg. Very, very cool handle, Greg. I like that. Over on YouTube channel, he's asking, any news on Bismarck, The Last Battle?
Yeah, we're trying to We're in the process of wrapping that up to go to printers. So that's probably 30 days out from going to production.
Great. Another question is on, oh, sorry, wrong one. It just moved up on me here. So Shin's asking about any word from Adam Starkweather about a fully updated CSS rule booklet, which I believe would be the next,
Yeah,
be part of the next game, right?
yeah, that happens with I think the next game in that series is Berlin 85.
Berlin 85. So when that game's released, the series rules will definitely be updated. So, and yeah, Richard, I believe, is aware of that already. That will have the updated rules as part of the next release. And don't forget, when we do the rules update, the standard set of rules we always post right away on the website. So there will be PDF. If somebody's not picking up Berlin 85 right away, we'll have a PDF of the series rules, just as an FYI. Brotherhood and Unity is a fantastic game. I've seen a lot of more comments about Brotherhood and Unity on our Twitter feed. I've seen a lot of mention of Compass with Brotherhood and Unity also being played over in Spain quite a bit. So, yep, definitely looking to do something there. And as I mentioned, Tabletop Simulator, I believe we're going to have something done there as well. Jack's asking, any interest in reissuing the old Avalon Hill Caesar at Alicia, a great Ancients game?
Yeah, again, it comes back to Avalon and Hasbro. And I think that might, are just things you can't get. And to go and do that time and try to work with them, and they don't want to give us the rights. We've got too much stuff in the pipeline and too much stuff I can't waste a lot of time and put my resources and energy of the company into trying to deal with Hasbro or wherever they are now.
Sure. I know there's all the legal wranglings that would be involved. Charles has a question for you.
Yes.
Do you have an update on a Pacific Tide reprint, meaning maybe more details about the game? Yeah. Is anything different?
John is actually working right now on getting African Campaign done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the first one. Pacific Tide will come after that, and it will have obviously thicker counters. It will have a thicker board, on Pacific Tide.
Right.
So that will be more of a cosmetic overall.
Great. Thanks for the update on that. And I noticed over on our Facebook page yesterday, we posted on the tabletop, Oathkrieg was being played. Oathkrieg, which is a sort of same system as Greg's Pacific Tide, which he co-designed with Mitch Ledford. So it was nice to see O's front there. So Michael says thank you for the update on that. Also, Gregory Smith is joining us tonight. He's giving us an update here that for Gladiator and Ancients, he's thinking of taking the Interceptor Ace combat system and morphing it into a Gladiator game. So that sounds very interesting to me. I think that's what sold Michael. Actually, that was Michael's response to Greg's comment about doing that. And I'm assuming, Greg, that would probably be a solitaire focus game, most likely. And Jack's displaying the same frustration I have with Hasbro. They're holding on to all these games in purgatory. We can't get a hold of them. There's a bunch I would like for us to be able to do, but unfortunately it is what it is. Fast Heinz over on YouTube channels asking about SPI's games of Middle Earth. If you know anything about me, I'm a big avid SPI game collector for many years, and unfortunately there's a big no on that one because Decision Games for many, many, many years has owned the rights to pretty much the entire SPI games catalog. So we would basically be doing all new designs based on any SPI topics. So sort of the same Hasbro story there, except for Decision Games, they can decide on their own what they're going to do. So Gladiator Ace is the title of Greg's upcoming game, Bill, just to let you know. Mo's already decided. So we have to get Gladiator Ace up on our pre-order page pretty soon. I think Stump agrees. Did the Victory Games titles rights go back to the designers? Just curious, since Compass is putting a number of them out. You want to take that one, Bill?
What happened is that if you were a freelancer, you own the title. So like John Southard, who else? Eric Lee Smith never worked for Victory, to my knowledge. What they were they did games for Victory on a freelancing. Okay, so that's where and Bruce Maxwell. Okay, so that's where they still own the rights to the game because they didn't work for Victory directly. Now Mark Herman has been able to wrangle, even though he worked for him. Okay, because he was president of the company for Victory. He was able to still do like France 1944. He's doing Pacific War and some other ones. Okay,
Right.
and mostly it comes down on a line that if you didn't work, if you weren't on payroll, okay, then you had the rights to those games. If you were on payroll, Victory said, "Well, I own the rights because you were working directly for me on payroll." So that's how we've been able to get those games that we've gotten.
Yep. Great. Okay. Other questions here. Luis, thanks for staying up so late, Luis, in Portugal, a beautiful country. Thanks for being with us live. How's the progress going on Indian Ocean region?
So it's waiting for the last things to, I would say 80% of it's in the warehouse. It's waiting for a few more components that will be to us by the beginning of the year. And that's one of the first ones that are going to ship at the beginning of the year.
Oh, great news. So for Luis, so it will be one of our first releases for after the new year. Wonderful, wonderful news about that. Let's see here. Other comments here. A lot of talk about Alicia Gladiator games. Charles is mentioning, I guess S&T did a recent Alicia game. So there you go. John Allison is asking, there is going to be a CSS standard rule book, ? Then will there be books for Western Front, Eastern Front, and Modern? So my understanding when Adam does his games is he will have a standard set of rules for whatever game he does for CSS.
No, it's only one set of rules.
So it's going to be unique to the game.
Yeah, it's unique to the actual period of time.
Okay, for the period of time. So, okay, so I guess the question John's asking then is, will there be, I guess we wait for the next game on, say, World War II for our World War II standard rule booklet update. I think he's asking for updates of other CSS games that have already been published.
What will happen is because they're very different, okay, from one sector to the other. Okay, so what happens is Berlin 85 will be the updated rule book for really all of it to a certain degree. Okay, but really for the modern.
Okay, all right. That helps clarify because I was wrong earlier when I misspoke when I thought there was a standard rule booklet besides a separate one. So that's good that we got that clarified. George says, yeah, don't worry about Avalon Hill. Game design has really advanced since then. I know I have a soft spot. I think it's more about just having those older games. It's just sort of a cool feeling to reminisce on those older titles. That's why I think Russian Campaign 74 original edition is so popular. It allows you to reminisce on the original game, and it has a very interesting history as a game as well. So I know the classic designs are very popular.
See, that's the difference because I was not a big Avalon Hill fan. Okay.
Yeah, I played a few Avalon Hill games, but yeah.
Okay, I didn't like Avalon Hill. Okay, SBI was and then Victory I liked, but no, it was SBI. I really didn't like Avalon Hill.
Yeah, I was more of an SBI person myself. Same answer as before. Oskrieg, yeah, we'll have a vassal module assigned for that person at some point. So we don't have a vassal module yet for Oskrieg. So that's something we'll be looking to do. And then, the classic designs for nostalgia purposes. That's why I think they're so popular to be able to do those. So let me see if there's some questions that were submitted that came in that I can also throw your way, Bill. So let's see here. I think we've answered a lot of questions. One question was somebody pre-ordered a reprint of IJN, but there's a new combo edition of Silent War with IJN. So does somebody need to cancel? If somebody's pre-ordered a reprint of IJN,
cancel it because we're going to take that off the website, obviously.
Right. So they don't need to cancel it. Probably it will never get charged because that game won't exist.
Get charged, and at some point, I'll just take it down.
Yeah, exactly.
Pre-order the new one.
Okay, great. Let's see. Other questions. Now and then I get questions, people asking about, I had a counter sheet that was that maybe something happened, maybe a dog chewed a few counters. What should folks do if they have questions about parts for a game? Just a general rule of thumb. What would you recommend?
They email, because I get them all the time. They email Sales at Compass.
Okay, great. Okay, perfect. Let's see here. Somebody asked about getting on the mailing list for our catalog. If you live again in North America, just contact sales@compassgames.com with your mailing address and ask for a catalog, and we'll be happy to do that for you. That's not a problem at all. So let's see, just looking off my other monitor here, just for other questions here. Received a long response from Jason Wintz talking about could you re-release the original Europa games? Maybe those are still with GDW before HMS GRD got a hold of them. Haven't really had a chance to look at that yet. So we had some discussions in our last town hall meeting, Bill, about what games could we try to do that might not be legally at risk, where we don't want to make things complicated for Compass ever. So a lot of good feedback, I think, about that. Somebody asked earlier also about another older GDW title. I don't know if I'm going to find the comment in here because there's so many comments already, but I'll just talk about it instead since I can't find it. There was a question about what about redoing or reissuing a new edition of GDW's White Death. So just FYI, pretty much the whole GDW catalog, it would be available and in play for us as an option. So White Death is pretty popular game. So if there's a lot of interest in White Death, I can't pronounce it. Veluke, I believe, is the name of the battle for White Death by Frank Chadwick. That's something we could look at potentially doing. So that is not a problem. Steve is a contrarian. He says he's the opposite. He was doing a lot of Avalon Hill West End games and GDW before SPI.
I liked West End. I did some West End.
Any artwork available to post for any of the Ace games? So yes, there is artwork for not the Spitfire Ace game, which we will have that later, but there is for Interceptor Ace 2, there is some artwork available. I just need to get it posted to the website.
Now that I see Greg's on, okay, I have a lot, maybe he can tell us, okay, how Western Front is coming along.
Sure, I'll let Greg respond. I should just have him jump in here. I should send him a URL. He can jump in here. But yeah, he can give us an update. He's talking about American Tank Ace. Matt White is starting to work with us on that. Matt's recently had an interview done in the last week with the Player's Aid. So he's a known designer, a very good artist. So we're happy to work with Matt White. And then Greg, if you can type an update. I know I've seen as of late as today, I saw some new aircraft displays. Greg added a few aircraft displays to the game. So we had so many already. He came up with 2 or 3 more models that he wasn't, I guess, aware of. So we ended up increasing the scope by 3 more aircraft now have their own displays.
Okay.
So just to let you know, but I'll wait for Greg to respond. Here's a question from Jack Staleka. Again, Jack asks a lot of great questions, as always. Have you ever considered supplements to existing games, such as a mounted map for existing games? Like I'd buy one for Europe in Turmoil, for example. So I guess separate enhancements is, well, you can look at it any way you want. You can call it what you want. But so Jack's asking about some kind of supplementary information.
Yeah, the problem with that is that's something we would have to market and see if it's feasible, because we would have to see how many people would be interested, how many pre-orders. That would be something where pre-orders would be very important if I'm going to take that step, because I'm not going to buy 400 or 1,000 of them and then just have them sit there because nobody's going to buy them. Okay, so that's just a apprehension by me, and I don't know what the market is, because I don't get a lot of responses saying, hey, we would buy the mountain map. So
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you really need to know in advance on something like that. Makes sense. Richard says White Death is an auto a buy for him. Nice to hear that. Rosia 1917, as your wish. I don't know what their status is as a publisher. It's a very it reminds me of Empire in Arms from Australian design group. It's a very detailed, complex game on the Revolution, I believe. So, but a lot of love. Game gets a lot of love. It's a really unique, complex game. People love it. So it's interesting. Shin's talking about his first game was an SPI game. Talking to you, Bill. So Shin wants to share with you his first SPI game was after the Holocaust. So can you remember, Bill, to respond to Shin what your first SPI game may have been?
Oh, it was Blue in the Gray Quad and Stonewall in the Valley, both at the same time.
Okay, gotcha. Another White Death. Yep. Look. Yep. There we go. Yep. I see a trend growing here. Okay.
Yeah, I have some questions about about Silent War, and I think I'm not going to commit to it, but I think it might be because of the 8 counter sheets. But no, I don't think that. I think it's going to be a bigger box than 2 inches.
Yeah, I saw a question somebody was asking about what's the biggest box we do, 3 inches right now for. Somebody was asking if it would really fit in a 3-inch box, even like with.
No, it would fit in 3 inch. Well, yeah, it would.
Okay. All right. Great. Okay. Thumbs up on Matt Weiss as an artist helping Greg out with his American Tank Ace.
Oh, okay.
Here's an update. I need my applause. All right, we got our update here. Sorry about that. That's a little corny. So Western front ace, we're getting close to being done on the display mats. He didn't say he added. See, Greg, you didn't talk about you added a few aircraft. Greg, can you mention the 3 aircraft you added or the few aircraft you added? I think you should pony up and provide more details. Make it harder on Greg. So thumbs up from Board Game Bloke, Bill. He says so maybe if you ever consider a pre-order for an experiment, you're getting. It seems Europe in turmoil is sort of coming up as a theme here. So and they're giving you the price point as well to help you out there. So appreciate the feedback. I think it makes we totally understand. It totally makes sense from a customer standpoint. If you love a game and you want a more deluxe version of it, absolutely we can understand that. James Watson, I like James's picture here. Is that a high school? I wonder if that's a high school picture there. That's a black and white. Probably is. So you're going to eventually do Sea Power and the State, an old SimCan title. Will you do its companion tactical operational game, Battle Stations?
That's way down on the list of the games I'm going to do of SimCan.
Okay, for the Battle Stations or for Sea Power and the. I'm sorry, I didn't. Sea Power and the State. Okay. So it's on the list. It's just further down on the list from SimCan. There's other titles. Is there a title you want to mention? What might be ahead of it, or you want to share more details about what you're thinking from a SimCan perspective?
I'm going to do the English Civil War one.
Okay.
Peloponnesian War.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. There's 2 right there. Okay. There we go.
I can't remember. And the problem is, years ago, we did more SimCan games reprints, but now the problem is we've got so many games, okay, and that you guys don't even know about the 10, 15 games that there's 4 or 5 that are going to enter printing that weren't even on the catalog. So all these I can't, where they were something we needed at the beginning of our life as Compass, okay, as we get more newer designs, not saying we're not going to do reprints because we do them.
Yeah.
I'm not focused on them like I was before because we got so many good products out there and we're getting so many better design, not better, but new designs. And somebody asked about Blue Water Navy. Yeah, we have Blue Water Navy. The Pacific is actually on pre-order.
Exactly. I was going to just mention the question came up. I'll show the question here as well. Let me find it. So I believe that's from Gareth Evans on Facebook. Is there going to be a version of Blue Water Navy? And yes, for Pacific, it's actually, if you do a search on our website, if you look for Blue Water Navy, the Pacific, apologize that we don't have any images quite yet to show, but you can read all about the game. But there's definitely a product pre-order page for Blue Water Navy, the Pacific. So hopefully that's a thumbs up for you, Gareth, that we are definitely working on that. So that is in the works.
John, do me a favor. Call up Indian Ocean.
Okay, let me pull that up. So
maps or the rolls, and those are all printed. So
Indian Ocean region, that one?
Correct.
Okay, so let me pull that up. Give me one moment here. So here we have the Indian Ocean region.
Boo. Yeah, we gotta get the Bill.
So we have some updated artwork. I
have this stuff.
Oh,
we have some updated artwork, etc. We need to get on there, right?
Bill's gonna do the updated maps, and he'll throw on in the rule book too.
Okay, awesome. Great news.
Yeah, no, I just didn't know. It's tough to keep track of everything.
Well, I was going to say, just in terms of keeping track, I'll give you an example of that. So I'm trying desperately to get product pages updated. And so America Bomber had a video review in the past week or two by the Player's Aid. So I just want to go to America Bomber here, which you can see here. So what I've done and what I want to do for all our product pages, Bill, is if you scroll down on the product page itself, so it's not hidden, you will see some video reviews or maybe links to some printed, some online non-video to read. So I just added today this is a fairly new review of America Bomber by the Player's Aid. And of course, we want to be able to do this for all our product pages. We've done some, but I have to go through all of them and do a full inventory. So I just want to share with everybody that I am working to get more videos and more content so you can learn more about our games if you're interested in them. So just want to share that. That was one of my little mini duties from today. So hopefully Gregory's happy since we did that. Oh, what's Gregory saying now? Well, they do make thinly, you do make, so this is for you, Bill. You do make thinly veiled suggestions about and future titles sometimes. Things to work on. So
we talked about that Gladiator like 4 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that. As at an expo event, I think we were talking about that actually. And then here's a question from Stump over on YouTube. How many games total does Compass currently produce?
Okay, we're currently this year we're going to end up around 22 games. Last year was 24.
Right.
Okay, and very few. Now what I don't do, which other companies do, is when we reprint a game, I'm not including that. Okay.
Right. Yeah, we don't count reprints as part of the new
games. And when I say reprint, I'm not talking about reprint from another company that we have to do the work on. Okay, I'm talking about like Combat. If I reprint that, I'm not including that.
Right. Right.
Our game, we don't include that as a new game out there. And like I said, we're gonna we would have, and the point is I could release more games, but the problem is I think on average two a month is really the soft spot. So that's why I spread them out the way I do.
Right.
The prior year we did 26. The year when I started ramping it up, okay, in 2018, we did like 20 some games that year. We did 26 games last year, or 24, and we're on track to do 22 or 23 games this year.
And I know we have an operational pause of sorts this year, which makes that number a little bit lower because of the improvements and enhancements you're doing with the counter sheets.
Yes.
Right. So that obviously put the whole schedule, we sort of pushed into next year to give the printer time to get online with us and for you to do all the proofing and quality assurance checks.
Yeah. Here's what's amazing. With the new vendor, okay, I got two vendors now with the one vendor is China doing my counters, and then the other one isn't China. It's taken me 6 months. I started working with them in April, okay, and I still don't have a final product. Now, the good thing is going forward, once you get that first batch done and the expectations are where they need to be, Okay, then it's just going to be pumping it out after that. But no, like I said again, I'm sitting on. Not only am I releasing 20 some games a year, I'm sitting in inventory in the warehouse. What do we have? 6 games? Yeah, 6 games all done.
See, now you're going to make all these angry faces show up on our broadcast because people hear that you've got all these games sitting in the warehouse, and they're going to get frustrated that the games aren't being released yet. So we got to be careful.
Why? Because there's a reason why.
Yes, there is. That's why that was my segue.
A company to be successful.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't oversaturate the market. And my market is around the 2 games a month. So that's why I'm coming up with 24 products a year is really where it is. When I feel it's a detriment to the company, it's a detriment to the customers. If I don't think the market could handle me doing 36 games a year.
That'd be a lot of new games. 36.
Right. So this is a feasible, and what it does do, which people ain't gonna like, but I really don't care. Okay, because what it does do is that's why what happens is you'll get games from us that have sheets in them. Okay, and I call them clarification sheets because they're not errata because we caught them before they were ever sent out. But what that does is it gives us time to play the final product. Okay, so like Conquistadors, okay, we were able to catch some stuff. Yeah, it's caught before the game's out, so it's not errata, but it's stuff that we caught. So when you get the game new, you're going to not have that. You're going to have those clarifications in the game
off the bat. Right off the bat. Yeah.
To do some last minute checking on the games to catch some things.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you. I had an issue where I've had to do. Okay. It's given me the opportunity where I had to rerun 2 rule books because clarifications are okay if there's 4 or 5 of them. I'll put it in. But if there were issues and thank God we have this system because the artwork, they sent the wrong file to the printer.
Yeah, that's happened before to other publishers. I know a few stories around that.
Is because we have the extra time, we catch it. And in those cases, we had to print the whole rule book again. But so, no, I just think we're at 24 games a year is where I want to be.
I think we'll get some interesting comments on that. I haven't looked at them yet because I don't want to lose track of. This is a great episode tonight. I'm getting so many questions from people and a lot of great comments. So, for example, on the comment front, more information from Greg is he wanted to share what his first SPI game was. If anybody else wants to do the same, feel free to do that. I think it's interesting to see that. I'll offer up mine. My first SPI game was also Stonewall from the S&T. I think yours was the same game, Bill, that I had, was an S&T. I just found out about SPI. First thing I did was I subscribed because I didn't have much money. It's probably all I could afford to do. I couldn't buy anything yet other than a magazine. And I got Stonewall was my very first SPI product. So thanks for sharing that, Greg. Also, Greg does mention what the 3 aircraft were that I was pressing him on. So let me find, oh gosh. Let me see if I can find his post on that.
Somebody asked about Red Poppies 4. We do have a game on Red Poppies 4. It's going to be in the African. It's going to be the African era or area of World War I.
Yep, here's Greg. Okay, great. World War I Africa. That's awesome. I love African theater. World War I's a huge winner. So, Greg, thanks for the additional information because I do remember. I do track, see, Bill, I do track all these projects. I know these little things that happen. So we're adding 3 new planes, and they're, let's see here, French aircraft. They were flown in small numbers by the Brits. So Ian Wedge, our artist, is drawing the 3 new planes in British livery. Okay, so with the markings, excellent. And then here are the 3. So those that want to know the inside scoop. So this is our how we market these sessions. This is the inside scoop on Compass Games. If you can be here, here are the 3 models. So that's your price of admission. You get the inside scoop on the 3 models that are coming in the game. I don't know what the number's up to. It might be almost 50 now planes. It's crazy because all the countries. Question from James on YouTube channel for you, Bill. Do you have any idea when there might be a map or a rules preview for Indian Ocean region?
Yeah, we just said, yeah.
Billy's an updated?
Yeah, Billy's gonna update it.
Okay, all right. Maybe that might be rules as well. I don't know if the rules are...
Yeah, we'll put the rules on there.
Okay, okay. So we'll put the rules up as well, James. So hopefully we get a thumbs up from James that we're giving him the answer he wanted. Brian says, well, if you could get a hold of SPI Games, don't worry about reprinting Scrimmage. Okay, there we go. And will Indian Ocean region be able to link up with South China Sea?
No.
Yes.
But, no, will not. But we are working on a supplement that really puts a lot of new stuff in South China Sea, new stuff in Indian Ocean, and it will link it up, I think.
Okay, great.
All different add-on.
All right, James, thanks for coming clean. It's I thought it was your high school photo because I wore brown as well. And he says his college photo was hideous, so he went with his high school photo. That's a nice high school photo. Looks quite good. Quite good there. So Shin's saying Simcan. What about Norseman? That one I've been getting pummeled on Norseman and Sea Power and State. Those are the 2 I've been getting pummeled on personally.
I like Norseman.
Yep, yeah. Norseman. So Norseman's maybe a little higher up. DAC Regina Marina. Well, we're doing DAC already, I believe. Oh no, that was Assault on Tobruk. Am I getting titles confused?
We have that under. That's on the agenda, is to combine them all in one box.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember that. Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff to. But yeah, no, it's been like I said, we couldn't do without you guys buying the games, and continue to. As sales continue to increase, okay, print runs, we're selling out a lot more games quicker. Okay, it's just been a great year. Forget COVID and all the other issues.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, I think us going to the mounted games helps. Now that we're going to have thicker counters, okay, it's all things that we're trying to improve. And unfortunately, it took a little time, but it's not like we didn't have releases. So
yeah, exactly. Let's see, we're on the hour. We still have to do a free game drawing. So let me move quickly through here for you, Bill. So we'll take a last round of questions and comments. So I believe this was another Simcan title. I believe I might be mistaken, but I thought I recognized that as a title. So we'll have to look at that. John Allison asked an excellent question. Have you ever considered commissioning designs for a topic you think we're lacking or you would really like to see done as a game? So we're, in other words, actively engaging designers say, will you do this?
Yes, I've tried. Okay, it's just tough to, and Adam does some of it, but I've always, and I keep saying it, I wanted a Vietnam solitaire game based on the same scale as Vietnam Victory. Okay, and I've got no takers on that, so that makes me sad. I always wanted to take the good things of war between the states, Victory's game, and meld it into a monster Civil War game. And I did commission Don Johnson on that, and that's been going very slowly. I think it's been 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So no, there are things I definitely want to do, but again, you got to get the designers that have the passion to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how many games total? Stump's asking, do you currently have in inventory? How many different titles in inventory that could be purchased today, including, say, Paper War issues? What would you say the total number would be?
Oh,
I wrote you a check for every game you have, every magazine you have. How many games do you think in magazines would I be getting in the boxes in the U-Haul truck?
60, maybe 70.
60 or 70? I bet it's more than that.
I don't know.
It's gonna be more than that.
So he's adding the catalog up.
Yeah, it's more than that. We'll come back to you. That's a great question.
16, just this one.
Okay.
Or- It's a lot more than 60, I think. A lot more than 60.
Maybe 100.
Yeah, I was gonna say now you're getting warm. Okay. Yeah, Eagle in the Snow. I'm gonna try to rush through here. Yes, definitely we're looking at Citadel. That's one of the ones that's been suggested. So absolutely, for sure. Has there been, I think you've mentioned this already in a previous broadcast, Bill, what's been the best seller from Compass, which I believe is the very first release, right?
Yeah, but
not the quickest, maybe not the quickest seller.
the quickest, okay, has to be Stellar Horizons.
I was going to say Stellar Horizons was our quickest, and then
About a month
and Silent War, I believe, was the best seller, right?
Well, Silent War sold more copies than any of the other games.
Okay. Quick question from Jack. I don't know if he caught something here. He's confused by the Brotherhood and Unity. It's showing 52 in the catalog, but 56 online when you put it in the cart. And okay, we'll take that offline. Maybe we'll just have to look into this one. I don't think that's one he can answer.
And so it's 52 in the holiday, but 56.
We'll look at it. We'll look at it. Jack, thanks for catching that. We'll definitely look at it for sure. How are your sales projections to actual sales? So this is an interesting question. I think this is the first time we've been asked more of an in-depth question about how are you performing year over year. So how would you rate this interesting year we call 2020? Very interesting year called 2020. How would you stack that up in terms of for Compass overall as a company?
Meaning sales,
whatever you want to use for a measurement.
Sales are up. What, last time I looked, sales are up about 25-30% over last year, total sales. And we've done less games than we did last year to this point. And projection, I would say how accurate sales, it depends. It really does. Some I'm on, some I'm not on. But we've got a pretty good system. So
yeah,
I would say that I would give myself probably a B plus to sales projection. And remember, I have a finance background. So my life is very conservative. So I always, when I do my projections, and then this is what or budgets or anything like that, they're always very conservative. Okay. So I always do better than my budget, okay, because I always
conservative.
Conservative, and with cash flow and stuff, you never want to run into an issue where you're not conservative and you screw up and lose money.
So let me share with you some comments from everybody about what you were mentioning about the approach of 2 games per month and why you think that's the right pace. Why you have games in the warehouse, etc. The market can only handle so much. So there are some comments, for example, from Fast Heinz on YouTube. Definitely agree with Bill. My pocket can barely handle what you're already doing. James says more game titles, more inventory, no cash flow. That's how a company crashes. You guys are doing it right. So James gives you a thumbs up on your approach. Mike says he can handle more games, but his wife won't let him though. So
I'll tell you.
Can understand that. Shin was saying, I'm glad to hear Bill's remarks. I was a bit dismayed at the amount of Rata in Folda, but persevered. So yeah, we're always looking to want to do high quality releases, and apologies if the Rata seem to be on the high mark there, but I know we always try to make sure we're learning and doing the best we can with the games we have. And Bill has had many stern discussions with me about quality of games and don't want any map errata, counter errata, nothing like that. We always go through our games and try to do the best job possible. So I understand. So Tom's asking about, would you do a annual subscription service that includes a coupon for Applebee's? So Applebee's did make it into the mix tonight. Woo! Oh boy, there you go.
Here's a funny thing, and I just it's okay. I'll tell you a quick story. We released lamps. Okay, lamps had no. Then we released it. What, maybe 4
Lamps are going. I should give the full title. The lamps are going out. Right, World War I. Yep.
Sold very quickly. Sold out.
Okay.
Great game. Okay. So no map errata on the map. Okay, the map was fine.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Great. Map was fine. Okay. No changes to the map for the second edition except some snowflakes up in Russia. Okay, because of the winter there. Okay, but oh my God. This is unbelievable. So it's the same map, no changes. Not a change on the map. Okay. Everybody looks at it, and people think nothing is looked at, okay, by different people. This goes through 8 people.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's insane. It's insane what we
It
try
really
to do. Yeah.
People say, how can you have errata? Okay, well, you have errata because what's simple, but let me not get sidetracked. So I get it printed, and like my Barbarians at the gate. See, I showed everybody this.
Oh, nice big thick box. That's like
big box.
that's like 3-inch box there. All right,
No, it's 2.5.
2.5. That's big.
That's 2.
It's impressive. It's impressive looking. Nice.
Yeah. Maybe it's the way I'm
This
holding
is
it.
3. This is 3.
Sorry. See, did I just get you sidetracked? With this?
Yeah, that's not hard. Okay, in my life. So I get the sample, and first thing I do is I check everything to the ridge because that's my last time I can catch anything, except if it's in the warehouse and we catch it then. But it's at the printer still. Okay, and oh my God, so I'm checking the stuff, and it's like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I say, geez, I better check that map to the old one. And I was speechless.
Yeah.
The map had errors in it. Okay, the factory symbol in England was supposed to be a 4. It's now a 5. And the funny thing is, it's supposed to be a 4. And they took the mounds out of. There were mounds in the Alps that aren't there anymore. So now they've already run this. So this is costing me. I have to reprint the whole map, but I'm not even mad at that. I'm mad. So I call the artist, or I email the artist. I go, how? And I use some choice words I won't use here. I go, how did this happen?
Right.
There were no changes except for stinking snowflakes.
Yeah.
Well, what they do is, I picked the wrong file to work on. Okay.
Yeah.
So he picked a file that was maybe file number 2 or 3 in a stretch of 5 or 6 versions of it before it got published the first time. So when people say, how can this stuff happen? It happened with no piece with me, and I was ridiculous with that. And it happened again. And what we did was we were able to, so I paid to have all the maps rerun, all the mounted maps. But my point is, it's just extraordinary that kind of stuff can happen. So I said to I go, why aren't you deleting those? Because what we do at corporate is when we get new files from the artist.
Yeah, we delete the old ones. Yeah, have to.
So you never have a situation where you have the wrong file to go to the printers that from the artist. But it really is. It's just incredible, all the screw ups that happen, that behind the scenes, that it's incredible. So it is what it is. But I'm just telling you, we don't. that kind of stuff just
Yeah,
makes me mad.
I hear you. Well, let me share with everybody here some, since we're running overtime here, all the first SPI games. Everybody contributed here, so it's great to see this. So we have Mech War 77 was the first game for Board Game Bloke. Charles says it was Spartan, he believes, in a flat pack. Brian was Borodino S&T 32. John Allison got 2 games at once. He got Red Star, White Star, and Spitfire. And Dennis, God bless Dennis, he stayed with the hobby after getting Scrimmage. It didn't keep him away. That's awesome. Waterloo, I think that's that introductory game, Waterloo, perhaps. I don't think that's Wellington's Victory. I think that's the smaller game. First SPI game was Waterloo by Rob. Awesome. Oh, here's a neat combo pack. Patrol with Sniper in the flat trays by Gareth. Very cool. Punic Wars, I believe that was also S&T issue.
Oh, yeah.
James, right? That was a pretty popular one. I know. Well, some people said the rules had a lot of problems. I think it was a solitaire game, I believe, if I'm mistaken. Here's a great title. Oh, that brings memories. Frederick the Great. Thanks for bonus points to Greg for mentioning S&T issue number 49. That means Greg's probably got a huge collection. He's got it down to the issue number. We've got Red Star White Eagle, which I'm wondering, Steve, if that's maybe the white box version or the flat tray version. Interesting. Jeffrey says Wagram folio. And does anybody here remember SPI in their back catalog had miniatures they sold that could go with Wagram? They actually sold a miniature set with Wagram. Quite interesting, I thought. Let's see, a lot of people here. Wow, here's a classic. Well, Michael did it right. He did Panzer Group Guderian. Holy crap. And he has the Avalon Hill version now. SPI Barbarossa, that was also redone by TSR, right? This is sort of like you, Bill. I think you mentioned Blue and Gray. Was that what you mentioned, Blue and Gray? So he shares your experience there. Yeah, a lot of great titles there for sure. And whoa, here's Scott, even other titles. Look at this. So another Panzer Group Guderian. I wish I had subscribed after that one with Stonewall. Wolfpack was a classic solitaire U-boat game. Sniper, somebody says Sniper is an awesome game. Wasn't his first game, Tom Hall, but he says, oh, Sniper, that was a very cool game. They did a designer box edition with a mounted map. Same with Foxbat and Phantom. You can get a designer mounted map there. Battle for Germany, same thing, designer box. A Patrol, look at all these SPI. Greg does have the miniature set by Heritage, and he knows it was from Heritage. So Greg's my kind of guy. I could party with Greg. He knows all about this SPI stuff. So that's awesome. First was Wilson's Creek, and then Desert War Flat Trade Desert War. I believe Desert War had plotted movement. You had to do plotted movement. And again, for our Operation Crusader GDW new edition, we're getting rid of plotted movements. People don't like plotted movements so much. I think there was a roster for movement. So yeah. A lot of great. So thanks that was a fun little stroll down memory lane. So what I'd like to do now, Bill, does Billy need to give an update on what's happening with Billy, what projects he's been working on? Do you want him to talk about what he's been working on at all? No. Okay. So I know he's your wingman there helping out. So we're going to give.
But see, I was always into the SPI monster games.
Well, yeah, World War I. You mentioned even the World War I module.
All their war between all their monster games, and that's why when I started Compass or were involved in Compass, you see that we do big games more than anybody else in this industry. Okay, nothing deters us from doing a 6-map game, a 4-map game, because that always was I always loved those big games. So
yes, and
okay, let's give away the free game. Okay,
do you know which free game you're wishing to raffle off?
I think we did it last week, but we're going to do it again. Attrition of Souls.
Attrition of Souls, the new game, which wonderful, which I have right here. I don't know if everybody can see my finger. It's right down there by my chair. Attrition of Souls, wonderful. So we're going to have how this works for those of the uninitiated out there. What we do is we ask you to pick a number, a single number between 1 and 100. I think somebody won last time that picked 99, and I think we rolled like 99 or something crazy like that. So you want to pick a number. You don't want to pick the number yet, so don't pick your number yet. I have to do a countdown because we need people to stop posting comments on either Facebook or YouTube. Stop your comments. No more posting. Now that that's settled, now what I need you to do is get ready. In about 5 seconds, you're going to post your number between 1 and 100. So John Sy got off to an early start. So penalty, you have to do a restart. Everybody started already. That's okay. So pick a number now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick a number between 1 and 100, and I'll let this run for about 30 seconds. So we've got about 100 people again. Oh, actually, just we're down. We have 95 people. So hopefully we'll get at least half to throw in a number for a free game.
Hello, my little friend. Ooh, that's good girl.
So keep the numbers coming. This is for, and again, this is for Attrition of Souls. So looking forward to giving away a free copy, Strategic World War I. It's like a crossover game, mounted map, nice pieces, plays very quickly. Numbers are still coming in. Keep them coming, everybody. Want to thank you in advance again for joining us. I hope you've had a good last 2 weeks since you were last on with us and Bill. And we've got more numbers coming through here, coming in. So we'll do a 10-second countdown because what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a cutoff. I will be posting a cutoff timestamp. So anything after my post is disqualified because we need to do the drawing. So in 5 seconds, I'm going to say the voting stops, okay? All right, that's been plenty of time. So I just put in my stoppage for voting stops now. So you see that on Facebook and YouTube. So I need now Billy or Bill, I need you to roll dice. And let me know what the number is, and I'll post the number once you give it to me.
What?
98.
Wow. 98.
98. So we've gone from gradually, I think it was 99, if I'm not mistaken, or close to 99. So this time the winning roll was right here. I'm posting it. It's 98 is the winning roll. So we're going to go ahead, and what I'm going to do now is
our baby go.
So there's the winning roll. It's 98. So I need to scroll through now. Again, this is for anybody who put the number before my message to stop your numbers. So let me see who I can find that's close to 98. So bear with me, please, as I go through these numbers. So if you had listened to me when I said 99, that would have been good advice to have listened to me, I'd like to say. So Luis in Portugal is very close. He's got an 88, which is the highest I see so far, but I'm only halfway through. Don't get too excited yet, Luis. I'm still going through. Hang on, I'm still going through. Ah, look at that. There's the new leader right there. We have a new lead. I'm sharing right now on screen. Let me see if anybody else is close to 98.
100. Wow.
Hold on. Okay, that is the winner. So, Luis, I'm so sorry you stayed up so early in the wee hours of the morning. Well, hopefully Luis fell asleep in the last 30 seconds and he doesn't realize that he got voted out here. But let's congratulate everybody. Jeffrey Miller has won a free copy of An Attrition of Souls. So congratulations to Jeffrey Miller. I am now going to just quickly post here, as I do every time, how you can go ahead and get your free game. So congratulations again, starting to come in. But what you want to do, Jeffrey, is please send an email, or you can get all types of customer service, parts, questions, orders, order more games, whatever you want to do. Send your email to sales@compassgames.com. And Jeffrey, you want to include your name, your address, mention you were the winner of Town Hall number 10, An Attrition of Souls, with your address, and we will get it out to you. And again, we have very good sports here. Everybody here that is not close to your zip code, that knows they can intercept the package, is saying congratulations. Oh. So a lot of congratulations to Jeffrey.
Yeah,
so with that,
one thing I want to say is John was looking for an End of Empire counter sheet 3. Email me at sales@compassgames.com with your address. your name and address, and I'll get that out to you.
Yeah. So
So-
anybody who needs help, please go direct to sales@compassgames.com. That's probably the most important message of the day, because Bill reads every email he gets, and he will make sure you are taken care of. So please do that. And again, I apologize in advance. I want to apologize to everybody. We had such a great turnout, and we had really such great activity and participation tonight. I couldn't get to everybody's comments and questions tonight just because there was so much to cover. But I want to just turn it over to you, Bill, to do a quick thank you to everybody.
Yeah, and what I wanted to say was we are going to have a new, know how they have the debate committee that for presidential debates?
Yes,
And
I'm familiar with that.
File a complaint that John talked for 96 and a half minutes and I only got 5.5 minutes. So I think that I'm not coming to the next debate. Okay. So we're going to talk to and we're going to call it the Compass Commission Town Hall Commission. And I think we're going to have to be a little more fairer because John talks and talks and talks. And if I'm not in the mood to interrupt him, you see my minutes go way down. So I'm going to file a complaint to myself because I'm ahead of the commission, and I will make sure I get better time next time.
All right. Well, I'm sure that will happen. The commission is a very powerful force, and I'll have to follow the commission's guidelines. Absolutely, it's required. So I will absolutely be more fair. Yeah, Stump says I will. I'll be more fair. So here we go, right here. Yeah. So, and the mute button. Tom said, yeah, and don't. Yeah, he doesn't have a mute button, so we have to reverse the mute button somehow. So we'll.
I don't have it. But why does it say mute on my computer?
You can mute yourself.
Oh, I can't mute you? Oh, Jesus. Yeah. That's what we're going to have. I'm going to put you.
See, that's what they say. You're quality over quantity. So that's the difference. So where it's the yin and the yang is what it is. So
It's been a great time. And I think you guys are going to be excited when you start seeing those games that we've been working on coming out. Okay. Korea, all those Korean War, all those games, Indian Ocean, Napoleon Imperiums, Devil's Boat are all just a stone throw away. And the first quarter is going to be probably, and I already said it, the first quarter is going to end up being 3 products a month.
Oh, that's great. That's exciting news for sure. Absolutely.
And we're going to have a lot of stuff, and you guys are going to enjoy it.
All right.
So,
well, everybody, please join us next.
Is
Join
it
us next.
Halloween?
What?
It's 2 weeks from now, Halloween week?
Oh, Thursday. I'll have to check the calendar. We'll have to make sure we don't conflict with Halloween if that's the case. I'll have to.
Anyways, I'd have to work.
Yeah, we'll check. We'll make sure the date. So we'll hopefully in the next 2 weeks we'll figure out what the exact date is, and we'll be back to Town Hall number 11.
And remember, John, you have to wear a costume.
Oh, great. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Okay, I will do that. So thanks, Bill, for the update. Thanks for sharing the game, which we haven't seen before. It looks great, and we will see you hopefully in about 2 weeks. And thanks everybody for joining tonight.
Be safe.
Thanks everybody. Good night.